Yeah, my hand is great.
Oh my god, and we're just Lee and Beetlejuice. Every time I cuss to me, just Beetlejuice driving the car.
So basically, hey y'all, long time no see because I have a story time. So yes, it is Halloween. I don't know if this will be posted on Halloween, but it won't be posted too long after. So yes, I'm Lydia. Yes, Andrew is Beetlejuice. So I'm gonna try and make this video no cuts and like not even gonna end this video hopefully because I don't really want to edit later, to be honest. I just want to post it. So but let me just try to be quick then and explain this. So long story short, I got kicked out. So me and Andrew went to Vegas and I had filmed a short ton of content at Vegas and it won't be uploaded for a little while because of the fact that I got kicked out. And I am in a safe place. I am currently living with him.
Hey.
Yeah. And it's kind of a long story, so I'm gonna try to just sum it up to the best of my ability. So it's October 17th, and me and Andrew leave to go to Vegas. Okay, keep in mind we bought the tickets when we were 17, but we knew we'd be 18 when the festival came.
Back in like December.
No, it was November.
Exactly, even further.
Yeah, it was November 2023. We bought the tickets. We bought them and everything was fine. My mom found out I bought them and I wasn't going to tell her till I was 18, or at least like, you know, because I knew she was going to get mad, and obviously she got mad. But she was like, you know what, we'll deal with it later. So that was agreed upon, okay? So we go to Vegas, and my dad shockingly was actually okay with it. Let me try to get the angle better. My dad was shockingly okay with it and was like, yeah, Vegas, LOL, go ahead. So it kind of adds to it that one of my boxes is still in the back, but I'll get into it. Yeah, my shoe one. Yeah. So basically, oh gosh, like where do I even start? So Vegas itself was fun. I'm not gonna get too much into Vegas because I got a vlog to upload about it, so I don't really have much to say about it. But what ended up happening is that the night I came back, okay, to kind of preface this, I have like really bad anxiety. Like, I've been diagnosed with anxiety and it's really bad. Like, it's really bad. I suspect I have paranoia, so I plan to go get diagnosed with that soon, actually. I'm actually going to start going to therapy and trying to plan some appointments to get myself diagnosed with paranoia because it's really bad. It's hard to really explain. Oh my god, my hair is so hard. It's really hard to explain how it is. So like, I guess just like in a nutshell, I basically always think like someone is after me to hurt me, and someone is after my fiance to hurt him. And I also always think that he's dead, everyone I love is dead, or that everyone I love hates me, and that people just hate me for no reason, and that people are making up all these things about me. It's so weird, and it's such like a weird thing to have and explain. So like, if you know, you know, if you don't, you don't. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's a thing that I think I might have. And lately, before we were going to Vegas, I was having constant anxiety attacks, and I never like to make my mental health known to my parents, because my parents are the kind of people that are like, girl, suck it up and put a dildo in and like shut up. and so like I never really felt the need to like explain it. They already knew I had anxiety, because I've had anxiety since like I was like a baby. And so they already knew I had anxiety, and it's both my parents have it. So, and basically, so I basically was having several anxiety attacks throughout the nights, because Andrew would obviously fall asleep, and I would wake up and I would try to call him to like basically pre-Vegas. This is pre-Vegas. I would try to call him to basically be like, hey, I'm having really bad anxiety, but he would be asleep. And not his fault. So, let me preface that, obviously, because this bitch got asleep. And sometimes he does not, you know, sometimes the calls do not wake you up. So, and he's a deep sleeper. Like, he is a deep sleeper. So, you know, I basically had, like, a really bad anxiety attack before leaving to Vegas. That was, like, genuinely one of the worst anxiety attacks I've had in like a long time. Like, my I was having, in 2020, I was really depressed, so I was having a lot of panic attacks then, and even in 2021 as well, and even 2022. But I kind of, like, they calmed down a lot, but, like, this was, like, anxiety, panic attack. I don't even know what it was. It was weird, and I never tell my parents about mental health, but I literally had to go to my mom and be like, I'm tweaking out. So that was the thing. And it was really bad. So yeah, Vegas was kind of exciting because it was like, oh my God, it's our 3 days where we can, I don't have to worry about waking up and him, being asleep. He doesn't have to worry about my safety when I'm in a panic state. So it was kind of nice. We go there and everything was great. So when we head back, okay, we are on the road from 11 a.m. until 8 p.m. And we still had to get home and eat. And I was exhausted. I was car sick. I was having severe anxiety because another thing about paranoia is that I constantly think, my brain will constantly just like come up with like ways that, sorry, I have like hair in my glasses. My anxiety will constantly come up with ways that like I would die, basically. So like, for example, we're driving right now, like I would just like, if there's a semi truck passing us, I would imagine it just like turning and swerving into us and killing us, but like in detail in my head. So I was having already a lot of anxiety. I was mentally exhausted. I was physically exhausted. And I just was not feeling good from the car trip. And I was like, I've been with Andrew for 3 days. So what would another day hurt? And so I called my mom and I'm like, hey girl, can I go stay at Andrew's house and I'll be back first thing tomorrow morning? Literally the moment I wake up, I'll be back. Andrew heard this. She instantly just starts getting mad and cussing. And she's instantly just like, no, you're not doing this shit to me. You better get your ass home right now. Blah, blah, blah. And like saying stuff like that. And sorry, I'm panned over to you, Andrew. You just look so focused on the road.
Sorry, we're in traffic.
Oh, yeah, we are in traffic. We're struggling. Go ahead. I didn't see you. And so I was like, okay. And me and my mom had like a mini argument, and it basically ended in her basically saying, hey, I'm heading over there. Keep in mind, I am 18. I want this to be the main idea of the story. I'm 18. I've been 18 for 5 months. And I stayed with him in the same room, in the same bed for 3 days. 3 nights. 3 nights?
3 nights.
2?
3.
3 nights. 3 nights. So, it was a thing, okay? And it was just like, I kind of came to the conclusion, because like at the end she was like, I'm going there to pick you up. And at the end, like when she said that, I don't know what it was, but like something in my gut was like, you can't go home tonight. You can't go home tonight. Nuh-uh, girl. You ain't going home. So I was like, all right, I'm not going home. I told Andrew, I'm not going home. I can't go home. I was crying at this point, like borderline anxiety attack. And I was like, I can't go home. Like, there's no way I could go home tonight. Like, this is like insane. Genuinely, I can't go home. And so that was a thing. And then I go back inside. Andrew tells his parents, hey, little problem. Kai's parents are going to show up and Kai does not want to go home. And they're like, what? So while he's explaining that, I'm in Andrew's room. And I get a little call from my dad. Now, some context on my dad. He is kind of, me and him have had a rocky relationship. He's that kind of dad that kind of like stopped showing love for his daughters as they got older and went through puberty. And my mom says, well, he just has this little funny way of showing his love. Which basically means he doesn't show it and he yells at us a lot more. So yeah, he doesn't really like that. I've grown up, I guess. I've gone through puberty. I have my own little life, and it's very obvious. And so as a result, I think he like tries, I guess, push me away a little bit. Anyways, so long story short, okay, my dad calls me and he's like, hey girl, why aren't you coming home? And I was like, I'm not really feeling good, and I just want one more night. Like, I will be back tomorrow morning, first thing in the morning, and instantly cussing, saying, I'm going to go over there and I'm going to make you leave the house. So what do you want? Do you want to leave on your own? Or do we have to go get you? And I was like, I don't want you to come get me. And he was like, so you're going to leave on your own? And I was like, I don't no, like, no, I'm not. And
18 since May.
18. And he was like, okay, so we're gonna have Ted over there. Is that what's gonna happen? And we're gonna make a big scene? And I was like, please don't do that. Like, I was crying. I was like, please don't do that. Like, I don't want you to do that. Like, please. Begging and crying. And he was like, bitch, I don't give a fuck. I do not give a fuck. So, wait, how much longer till we're there?
Another hour. Hour 10. The time has not changed.
Okay. Just want to make sure that it's not anymore.
I think it was an hour and 11 when you started recording. And now it's an hour 10 minutes into recording.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Fuck, that's bad.
Let me roll.
All right. Anyway, so sorry. I just realized, damn, we can't cut this. So, yeah, it's kind of raw dogging it, as the kids say. Anyways, so then basically, that's kind of how the call went. Like, I blacked out a lot of this. Like, I didn't black out. I blocked out. I blocked out a lot of this. Like, when it happened, I was kind of like, afterwards, okay, after he hangs up, I basically am just, like, having a panic attack at this point, anxiety attack, whatever, to Andrew, and I'm just like, hey, girl, like, I can't do this. Like, I can't do this. Like, I don't know what to do. I regret doing this, because, like, and at that point, I knew there was no choice. I knew if I were to get in that car and go home, it would be screaming and yelling and being, like, pretty much ridiculed, and potentially even have some of my privileges, as they call them, taken away. And so I was like, all right, well, fuck my butt. I can't really do anything. So, I kind of just had to, like, stay here at this point. So I'm stalking my mom's location, and she is literally on her way. And she basically texts me, and she basically, she texts Andrew, or she texts someone, and basically she wants, I know she texts you, but I don't remember who she texted, but she texted someone asking for Andrew's stepmom's number. And Andrew's stepmom gets her number and calls her. So that call, Andrew's stepmom was just, like, literally on the call, like, that she couldn't talk.
And she would look over us and be like,
yeah, she would, like, go, like, she'd roll her eyes, like, okay, like, because my mom just would not stop talking. She would not stop talking. So it was a whole thing, okay? So my parents ended up showing up. And my Andrew's stepmom goes outside and is like, hey, girl. So she talks them for us. And she basically comes inside and she's like, hey, you're going to need to go talk to your parents. They're not going to leave if you don't. And I was like, you know what? Fine, baka. I have to, I guess, talk to them. So, you know, I go outside and I'm like, hey. And the whole time, as Andrew can attest to, and Andrew's whole family can, it was just degrading me. It was all just degrading me and basically just saying all these horrible things about me, and as well as, like, essentially saying, like, oh, they were saying, like, oh, how lazy I am at home and I don't do anything. I go to school and work. I don't really know what to say about that. I go to school and work. I do what I need to do. They don't ask anything else of me. When they do, I do it. When they ask me to, like, help around the house, I'll help around the house. I never complain. So it's just kind of a thing, I guess.
It got bad enough to the point where my brother, who was a little drunk at the time, was ready to go out and fight her dad. So
yeah, and I've never met, like, that brother, because I've met him, but, like, briefly. But, like, he's kind of, like, off doing his own thing, LOL. You know what I mean? Like that brother kind of just, like, does his own thing. He's not really ever home, or, like, when he is, he's in his room all the time. So, like, I was kind of like, all right. But, you know, he was, like, saying that's not how you talk to a woman, blah blah blah. That's really horrible to say. And so it was pretty crazy. And the whole time I just stood there. I didn't even say anything. I just stood there. Every once in a while I'd be like, I don't know, or okay, or yeah. But, like, I didn't say anything. I just stood there and I took all their words. At the end, they basically said, hey, girl, so you're either gonna walk through that door. Oh, there's also a couple times where my dad would, like, walk up. I don't know if he was gonna try and, like, pull me out of the door or what, but I know for a fact if they weren't there, he would have. And my dad has in the past put hands on me. I'm not saying he's abusive, because I don't think he is, but he has put hands on me before, including dragging me places by my arm, when I don't want to go there. And like, for example, like when I was like 12, he put me in timeout, and he would grab me by my arm and like literally drag me there when I would like refuse. And so he's put hands on me, so I know for a fact that if they weren't there, he would drag me into the car. But they didn't even threaten to call the police on me, by the way. And I was like,
well, no, they tried at one point.
They tried?
Over text, remember?
Oh.
They were like, we're gonna call the police.
Yeah, and then I was like, girl,
I'm 18. I'll take my side.
Yeah, that's what I told them. So it was like a whole thing. It was a really hard night for me, and they pretty much kicked me out that night. Not pretty much, they did. They said, if you walk that door, you're not coming home. You're never gonna come home. You're gonna stay there. This will be your new house because you will be gone. So I walked through the door because I was like, I'm not gonna go home. There's no way I can. So I walked through the door. I don't really know what to say about that. I mean, like, it was kind of a moment. It was a moment. It was a little moment. After I walked through the door, it was just like, kind of like, all right, well, that was crazy. And that night was really hard for me, but I actually kind of got over it pretty quick. A couple days after, it really hit me, and like that, I'm not gonna have the same life that I used to, and it was just like a lot of crying. But now I'm good. I'm happy again. It was like a week of depression, but I'm good again, right?
Yeah, you're good now. Sorry. I'll look at the maps.
Yeah, we're in a place where he's not just on his phone.
There's so many accidents that we're not getting onto the freeway for 20 minutes because it's going to slow us down that much if we get on.
But at least we're an hour away.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of crazy.
Also, is my charger good?
What?
My phone is charged. It's going to die.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Oh, here. Why don't you just plug it? Oh, no, never mind. Okay. Anyways, let me continue talking because I forgot I can't cut this. So, oops. So basically, 10%. They completely ignored me the next couple of days, and I ignored them. We didn't really talk until my mom finally called me and pretty much was like, "So you gonna talk to us or what?" And I was like, "You didn't talk to me." Like, two-way street, girl. But I didn't say that. I just like, I was gonna give it a couple days, yeah, but... So, long story short with all that, after a ton of arguing, finally, we're in a decent place. I am officially moved out, and they will continue to say I chose to move out, and that, yeah, it was like, oh, it was your choice to move out, and it was all this stuff. They keep on saying that. They keep on saying how I sprung this on them, how this was my plan the whole time, was just to move out, and I just was trying to...
Shit, that car's on the wrong side of the road.
What?
Sorry. Was you?
Yeah, stay away from
Oh,
that.
they're gone.
That looked really intentional.
It was. Sorry, can you?
Wow, what a crazy thing to happen in my video. No, because I was gonna say, like, they, like, completely swerved into, like, it, like, as if they're either drunk or trying to start a crash. Or racing. But, I don't know. I just saw them, like, speed past back there, or up there. They're gonna crash. Goodness. Anyways, sorry, there's a lot of,
you gotta get to that good neighborhood for the full size candies.
Yeah, they're just eager, I guess, for Halloween. But that's my girl, but, like, damn, it's him. Yeah, basically, long story short, things are fine now, but like I said, they are continuing to basically just like act like I chose to do this. And whenever I say, well, you kicked me out, they're like, well, we didn't actually mean it. Like, and you still like left. And it's like, I couldn't have come home. And they keep them, and like, even like my dad, he's just like, oh, I don't know why you're trying to act like you were so scared. Yeah. Because I was, but you know. And even when because me and my mom had just saw each other in person like about a week ago at this point-ish, I think. I don't know. Yeah. And yeah, and like, I'm also shocked that oh, I thought it was a cop. No, it's not. Basically, me and my mom, we had saw each other, and she was saying, oh, I don't know why Andrew's family was so horrified about what I said. Like, you know, they don't know what it's like to grow up in a Latino household. You know, they're just a bunch of pussies. Alright. A little weird.
What could I guess?
The thing is that my mom was beat as a kid. So like, that's kind of like her reasoning of like, well, you got slapped a couple times and you were yelled at and called names. Like, it's not that big of a deal. That, and also my dad, he like had like a pretty rough childhood too. I don't know if it was beating. I don't really know the details. I just know that he had a rough childhood too. And I also know that he was kicked out too at 15 for different reasons. I know why, but I probably shouldn't reveal that. But he was kicked out. So I brought that up to my mom. I was like, I just don't get why he would kick me out if he knew the way it made him feel. But they don't really see it that way, so, you know. And they pretty much just kind of think I'm gonna be a failure now in my life, so that's cute. Like, the way my dad was saying it, he was just like, yeah, are we getting on the freeway?
I have no clue what we're doing.
Me neither. This is a really weird road.
Yeah. That guy...
I don't know what are people doing today? Oh, okay, see, it's two separate lanes.
No, it's not.
It's not?
Don't think so. It's just
No,
one.
I think it is, look. I don't know.
It's not. It's right now.
I'm so confused.
Okay. That's so confusing.
Girl, so confusing.
Sorry, too.
Yeah, I guess it's just kind of like that. My parents are just kind of like weird about the whole thing, and my parents are pretty much convincing me a failure at this point, and they think I'm just gonna, like, you know, because, like, even my dad, he's like, well, if you want to live, I don't want to expose where you live, so, but the area he lives is, like, it's not like a rich neighborhood or anything. It's like a middle class. It's a little bit lower class, I guess, but, like, it's not like it's like a bad area. Right now, me and Andrew, we don't have our own room, actually. We're sharing with his brother, but his other brother's gonna move out in not too long from now, which means we'll get our own room. Yippee! So, I don't know. It's just hard, like, the whole thing. But things are fine now. We're actually going to go see my parents right now. It's Andrew's first time seeing my parents since it all happened, so.
No, I saw your mom, and she was very cool towards me.
Yeah. My mom was very cool towards him.
Yeah.
And then later, and then afterwards in the car, she's like, I don't know why he didn't, like, say sorry, and blah, blah. It's like, girl, he doesn't know what to say to make things better. Like, he doesn't know what to say. Like, this is something that we've never gone through, you know what I mean? And it's, like, in such a split second. By the way, he only saw her for, like, a minute. It wasn't, like, a full-on sit-down. It's like, what are you supposed to say?
And I did plan to say something. She just didn't let me.
Yeah.
She's like, girl, you're dismissed.
You're dismissed.
You're dismissed.
She did not say that.
No, I know, but that was the vibe.
No, yeah, that was a vibe. But my hand is totally cramping. Yeah, no, it's just the whole thing. So yeah, what's going on right now? I did get all my stuff. It is official. I am out of my house. I am a lot better mentally. Okay, I was very depressed. I took my first edible.
And your second.
And my second. My first time was terrifying. That's a whole talk I get into. My second time was a lot better and a lot smoother. I take it for anxiety, and the first time, it was crazy. All right, it was crazy. Yeah, second time was a lot better, I will say. So now from here, I'm gonna start therapy. I'm gonna start therapy because I've had a lot of, like, things I need to get diagnosed with anyways that I suspect I have, including paranoia. And I just am like, and also therapy's good, and I have a lot of, like, unresolved trauma, like, LOL, #abuse, I probably shouldn't say that, but # a lot of shit I've gone through. So, you know, it's good to go to therapy. I'm gonna do all that stuff, and me and Andrew are gonna start our life, which is kind of crazy because we were planning on moving in together in, like, I don't know, like, half a year-ish, maybe even a year, but it kind of got sped up, which I'm not really complaining too much about because we get to sleep next to each other every night.
Yeah.
It's a sleepover every night. We're watching.
Smallest mattress ever, but that's okay.
He has a twin bed, so F this buckle life. But we're gonna get a full-size bed or a queen size. We're not really sure yet, but we'll figure it out. But anyways, we are just excited because we are living together, and it's actually really fun. It's actually really fun. We're watching BoJack Horseman. It's a lot of fun.
Back in the 90s, I was in a very famous TV show. That's intentional.
So there's that. Is there anything else? I don't know. I guess just kind of that. I mean, things are fine now. Like I said, I'm doing a lot better mentally, like a lot better. Every once in a while, I'll get, like, sad and I'll, like, cry. But, like, I'm actually doing pretty good because I get to be with him, so it's kind of fun. Because, like, it's really fun because at night we're playing the video game Detroit Become Human. I am, and so, like, at night what we'll do is, like, we'll literally just, like, we'll play it, and then we'll cuddle and watch BoJack, and then we eat really yummy food, and I love food, so, like, yeah, as you can fucking tell. And oh my god, my dream car. Yeah, black buggy, or I'm okay with pink too. Anyways, so moral of the story, I'm good. I'm mentally good with, I don't really know what to say, but, I'm just trying to, like, mostly just, like, stay caught up with, you know, school. I am not doing my current job, I guess, for right now. I'm trying to get a new job out here because it is 30 minutes away from my house. So, yeah. But yeah, no, I did pick up all my stuff. I did see my parents. I did